We have just seen a massive wave of layoffs in big tech. More than 200,000 of tech jobs were terminated. Those who survived were told that that was just a regular efficiency restructuring and that from now on there is nothing to worry about. However, if we look at what big tech tells not to the employees, but to the investors, we will hear a very different message. Coding is no longer a human profession. The recent layoffs were huge. Here, Meta, Google, Amazon, basically all of the big tech. And it was not just a little trimming here and there, no, these were massive layoffs. Let's take a closer look at the layoffs victims. Interestingly, we will see that most of them were HR and junior coders. Here, this is a schematic form of a typical big tech firm, a pyramid, or at least that's the way how it looked like in the recent past. So it was a pyramid with a massive layer of junior coders here at the bottom, and a huge HR machine that, like a vacuum cleaner, was constantly sucking in the coding talent from the market. So the whole business model relied on massive inflow of new junior coders. In the beginning, those junior coders were usually useless. They were rather liabilities than an asset. And it typically took a few years to train them into more or less senior developers that actually create some value. So basically, the top of the pyramid is what creates value now, and the bottom of the pyramid with this vacuum cleaner is what will create value in the future. So that's the future. And that's exactly them that big tech has just let go. Big tech has terminated its future. What a terrible financial shape they must be in, that poor big tech guys. They had no other choice but to terminate their future, their coders. Let's take a look at their financials. It must be really, really bad. Wait a second. Big tech actually has record high profits. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would big tech terminate its own future coders if the business is doing so extremely well? Because normally business tries to put more capital and resources into profitable ventures while removing capital from the unprofitable. That's what business does. It doesn't make any sense. It's an irrational behavior, removing capital from profitable business. It's an anomaly. Why don't we take a look at what investors think about this? Let's take a look at stock prices. Wow, look at this. These are big tech stock prices. Maybe there's something we don't know. Okay, something is definitely going on here. Let's zoom in and take a look at one of the big techs, Meta, for example. Meta is a Facebook. So here we join Meta's most recent earnings call, where management and investors discuss the results.
2023 was our year of efficiency, which focused on making Meta a stronger technology company.
We ended the fourth quarter with over 67,300 employees, down 22% from a year ago.
So the themes for the year of efficiency were to make us a stronger technology company by becoming leaner. The part about making the company leaner, I think, is the more important part to take forward.
Last year, Meta got rid of 22% of their staff. That we already know. But how they are supposed to grow?
Now, moving forward, a major goal will be building the most popular and most advanced AI products and services.
This entire memo is AI, 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 AI.
The growth will be coming from AI. It is already coming from AI. Look at the revenue, for example. Despite 22% reduction in personnel, revenue increased by more than a third.
AI, 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 AI.
This means one thing. Human coders are no longer needed to grow revenue. Programming is not a human profession anymore. Most of the coders still think that they are safe, that ChatGPT and AI won't replace them anytime soon. Indeed, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts that number of software developers in the US in the next decade will increase by 26%. But it is clear that investors and big tech think otherwise. So who's right? Government and coders who think that programming has future? Or big tech and investors? It just so happens that besides writing sci-fi books and columns for Forbes, last decade I was living a normal, boring life as well. And in that life I've been developing AI systems, especially those that are focused on human behavioral patterns. I'm also a coder myself, so I do have some first-hand background in AI. And if you ask for my personal opinion about who's right here, is it the coders who think that the coding is safe, or the big tech and investors? So I will have to take the side of big tech and investors. I can clearly see how we, software engineers, software developers, or coders, how we are increasingly becoming a liability, not an asset anymore. It's a paradigm shift, a coder's extinction. There are quite a few factors that are actually driving this extinction, but if you ask me to name the main one, it will be AI programming language. Here's what I mean. AI creates new programming languages which we human coders, we are increasingly not able to work with. We cannot even understand them sometimes. And AI programming languages will replace Python, C++, SQL, and the rest of the human languages. And that will be the end of it. We have covered this in more detail in a few separate videos right here. Just follow the playlist. So what's going to happen now? Well, the next wave is coming. More senior coders will have to prepare for exit. Some will be pushed to the other industries, others will see salary reduction. The message is clear. Coding is no longer a human profession. So what's the survival strategy then? We will cover this in our next video. A link will be right here. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and don't forget to find that like button. See you on the other side.